Please rise for the presentation of our American flag.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, graduates, and welcome guests. Please be seated at this time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and a special thank you to our Metamora American Legion for the presentation of our flag and our very own MTCO for singing our national anthem. On behalf of the teachers, administration, Board of Education, and the class of 2021, we welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce the MTHS class of 2021 Vice President, Emily Muti.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here at Metamora Township High School to celebrate the commencement of the senior class of 2021. This year has been nothing short of difficult. There have been many changes that we as students and staff have had to adapt to. We would like to thank our amazing teachers who took time out of their busy schedules to help make sure students had a successful year. We know transitioning from in-person to online to back to in-person was difficult, and we thank you for not taking it to heart when we laughed when you were figuring out Zoom. Next, we would like to thank the MTHS administration for making it possible to be here today. We appreciate all the tough decisions you have had to make to keep everyone safe. We would also like to thank our coaching staff for adapting to the many changes we faced. Thank you for making sure we still got to participate in the activities we love. Lastly, thank you again to the family and friends who are joining us here today. We would not be where we are without you and your support. When looking for quotes while writing this speech, I came across one that stuck out to me. As author C.S. Lewis once said, "There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind." As we take our first steps into life beyond high school, I hope we all remember that great things lie ahead, no matter how difficult life may get. I am confident that the class of 2021 will do great things, and I cannot wait to see what we all accomplish. Thank you for being here to celebrate this important moment in our lives. We ask that you please silence your cell phones out of respect for all those in attendance. Finally, I would love to introduce the senior class president, Danielle Domini.
Throughout the last 4 years, many teachers, staff members, and other adults have worked with us to complete our goals. Today, some of these people are seated with us. I ask these guests to stand as I call their names, and would the audience please hold your applause until all the names have been read. Members of the Metamora High School Board of Education, President Melissa Heil, Vice President and Secretary Jay Springer, members Diane Grebner, Chris Metler, Wendy Vogel, Stephanie McAllister, and Paul Dean. Administration, Superintendent Sean O'Laughlin. Principal Ron Keysweater. Assistant Principal Kevin Hodel. Athletic Director and Assistant Principal Jared Hart. Assistant Principal Chris Fresco. Director of Student Services Jennifer Jewell. And Counselor Dana Smith. Our junior class honor marshals that led our procession today are chosen for currently having the highest grade point averages in the junior class. They are Ashley Strelo, daughter of Shayla and Chris Strelo. Grace Hunt, daughter of Jennifer and Jason Hunt. Ileana Roth, daughter of Miriam and Matt Roth. Carly Schaefer, daughter of Tina and Dave Schaefer. National Honor Society members Harrison Hawbaker and Cade Ward will do the introductions of the NHS members.
Initial eligibility into the Metamora chapter of the National Honor Society is determined by grade point. If the GPA is high enough, then a committee determines membership by factors such as leadership, service, and character. As we read these names, we ask these students to remain standing and the audience to hold your applause until all names have been read. Brooke Barlow, Quinn Bessert, Alexandra Bishop, Catherine Blackburn, Hannah Bott, Anna Campbell, Owen Cushing, Danielle Domini, Sophie Duffy, Taya Dizibak, Eric Fike, Morgan Fletcher, Nadia Frieden, Zechariah Greenhall, Jordan Hansen, Carissa Heffernan, Kayla Hughes, Audrey Yeager, and Kate Ward, who will continue reading.
Harrison Hawbaker, Helena Coleman, Aaron Keene, Brian Lown, Brielle Lombardi, Ryan Lowe, Catherine Meyer, Cole Mickna, Emily Moody, Ian O'Laughlin, Beth Peplow, Anna Peplowski, Kaylin Ray, Tegan Roberts, Brady Schroff, Ryan Chaplin, Alana Terry, Leah Tobin, Kelsey Todd, Grace Tyra, Caleb Welsh.
Senior class treasurer and Silver Cord recipient Brielle Lombardi will do the introductions of the Silver Cord program.
The Silver Cord program was implemented to instill within students the importance of community service. This award is given to students who have shown their commitment to public service by investing time into their community. In the 4th year of this program, seniors needed to complete 200 hours of community service. As I read the names, I ask these students to remain standing and the audience to hold your applause until all the names have been read. The award recipients of the Silver Cord honor are Alexandra Bishop, Danielle Domini, Brooke Dreyer, Morgan Fletcher, Hannah Hayden, Kayla Hughes, Emily Muty, Hannah Myers, Kaylin Ray, Tegan Roberts, Jordan Rolfs, Ryan Chaplin, Alana Terry, Leah Tobin, and Grace Tyra.
At this time, we would like to recognize a special group of graduates who have chosen to serve our country by joining the military. As their names are read, we ask them to stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all of the names have been read. Going into the Air Force, Hannah Engstrom, Logan Fitz, and Ezekiel Garrison. Going into the Army, Ryan Bagol and Callan Samp. And lastly, into the Navy, Ethan Smith. I now ask for all veterans in the audience today to please stand and be recognized. Everyone, please join me in another round of applause for them.
Metamora is one of the few high schools that determine class rank based on all 8 semesters of coursework. In fact, final class ranks were determined just 4 days ago. Our senior class secretary, Grace Tyra, will present our top 10 students.
Our class has 205 students. To have one of the top grade point averages in this class takes effort, skill, and consistency, all 4 years. As I call each name, I ask the student and their parents to please stand. Students and parents, please remain standing until all names are read, and audience, please hold your applause. Number 10, Morgan Fletcher, daughter of Christine and Scott Fletcher. Number 9, Ryan Lowe, son of Michelle and Mike Lowe. Number 8, Owen Cushing, son of Teresa and Richard Cushing. Number 7, Alana Terry, daughter of Karen and Joseph Terry. Number 6, Brian Lelm, son of Michelle and Lance Lelm. Number 5, Kayla Hughes, daughter of Nicole and Eric Hughes. Number 4, Catherine Meyer, daughter of Jody and Kevin Meyer. Number 3, Harrison Hallbaker, son of Karen and Robert Hallbaker. Salutatorian, Tegan Roberts, daughter of Rachel and Matthew Roberts. And lastly, our valedictorian, Nadia Frieden, daughter of Nirma and Doug Frieden.
Salutatorian is an academic title given at Metamora Township High School to the second highest graduate of the entire graduating class. Only the valedictorian is ranked higher. This honor is traditionally based on grade point average and the number of credits taken. The title comes for the salutatorian's traditional role as the first speaker at a graduation ceremony, delivering the salutation. Please help me congratulate and welcome to the podium the MTHS class of 2021 salutatorian, Tegan Roberts.
Good afternoon, friends, family, school board members, and staff. I would like to welcome you all again to today's ceremony as we celebrate this exciting moment for the graduating class of 2021. First of all, thank you. Thank you to the teachers and administrators that have dedicated so much of their time to me and my classmates. Especially this past year, with so many unexpected changes and hoops to jump through, I am astounded by the commitment they've shown to making our school year run as smoothly as possible. They put in so many hours and deserve so much of our gratitude. I would also like to thank family, friends, and loved ones that have supported us through all of our ups and downs. We would not be the young adults we are today without you. I'm sure there are plenty of parents in the audience right now in complete disbelief at how grown up their kid looks down here and wondering where the time went. Believe me, I'm in total disbelief too. Growing up brings about such a strange mix of emotions. From attending our first homecoming dance freshman year to getting our driver's license as sophomores, it's both exciting and liberating. And although we groan from time to time about the stack of homework that seems to grow with every school year, we've had a lot of fun at events like spring musicals, Friday night games, snowball, and the magical dinners, just to name a few. And even in the face of this past year's challenges, we managed to make some unique memories with the spring homecoming event modeled after The Amazing Race and showed our school spirit when our class won the months-long dress-up days competition. But there are two sides to every coin, and growing up is hard too. I know I'm not the only one that always procrastinates making the call to book a doctor's appointment or wishes she didn't have to go fill her car with gas. And on top of these everyday tasks, trying to find our place in high school could sometimes feel a little daunting. As a horn player in the Metamora Wind Ensemble, I came to understand something that makes this feeling much more bearable. In band, each instrument typically has 1 to 4 parts per piece. The first part is usually given to the more experienced player, but we like to switch it up so everyone gets a stab at it. Sometimes it feels like whoever has the first part is the most crucial to the band's success, but as we have found to be true, time and time again, it doesn't matter what part you're playing. We need you there nonetheless. And that message holds true outside of band too. As young people, it can be difficult to recognize and understand the value that each and every one of us brings to the table. And although we've grown up a lot in these last 4 years, we're only just beginning to learn the parts we're meant to play. I don't know exactly what those parts will look like, but I do know this much. Our paths forward may all be different, but we need them all just the same. To my fellow classmates, congratulations. I hope you are so proud of how far you've come and that your adventures in life exceed anything you could have imagined. Thank you.
Valedictorian is an academic title conferred upon the student with the highest ranking among his or her graduating class. The term is rooted in the valedictorian's role as the final speaker at a graduation ceremony. The valedictory address generally is considered a final farewell to classmates before they disperse to pursue their individual paths after graduating. Giving the valedictorian address for the Metamora Township High School class of 2021, congratulate and welcome valedictorian Nadia Frieden.
I want to start today's off with some thank yous. First, to our administration for fighting to keep us safe and in school. Next, to our parents, whose efforts helped enhance our high school experience and set us up for our future. I'm sure we've stressed you out countless times over the last few years, and for that, I'd like to extend a collective apology from our student body. And most importantly, to our teachers. Not only were many of them coaches and club sponsors fighting to give their students a chance to participate as normally as possible, they were also relentless educators. And even outside this unconventional year, I think most of us can agree that our teachers played a far greater role in our lives than our middle school selves could have ever imagined. I still remember being told that you're not going to get away with this in high school, and that teachers are going to be a lot more strict when you get up there. But what they never told us was that our teachers would also be our friends, our confidants, and our role models. And although, of course, we are all itching to officially begin our summer, there will certainly be teachers we will be sad to say goodbye to. I personally told Mrs. Sudbrink that I'm planning to send her an email every day I'm at college, so I guess you'll find out in a few months whether I'm joking or not. My final thank you is to my friends, to your friends, to our siblings, and to everyone else who made high school so much more than just an education. In the end, we wouldn't be the students we are today without all these positive influences. But we cannot forget to be proud of ourselves. At so many points, high school was rough. We have struggled, been overwhelmed, frustrated, and exhausted with ourselves, our classes, and our unmet goals. We've had high expectations for our upperclassmen experience for years, and then watched as Corona decided, maybe not. But we did it. We're done, we succeeded. Whether you had a bad year or a good year or a mix of both, you got through the craziness that is high school, and your summer is ahead of you. If you're like me, you'd prefer to bask in the glory of your next 3 months of having practically nothing to do but have fun and perhaps work a part-time job that you hopefully enjoy. Because wow, do we deserve this summer. But eventually, we will arrive at the realization that we're off to the next phase of our life, and everything is about to change dramatically. And forgive me for being cliche, but we are gaining a greater opportunity to change the world dramatically as well. A few months ago, I heard one of the most inspiring poems of my life. At our latest presidential inauguration, Poet Laureate Amanda Gorman stole the show with her poem, The Hill We Climb. Writing this speech, I struggled to pick a singular quote because there is so much I want to pass on today. But here it is. She said, "Somehow, we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. No one can deny that our country and our world has struggled. Both our past and our present are filled with misdeeds that it may feel like we have no power to affect, but we do. We are in a new era of justice, and despite the progress we have made, there is work to be done. Our world is indeed unfinished, but I believe in our generation. We are part of a great movement towards a better future, one filled with compassion and acceptance for all individuals, both human and non-human. Not a single one of us is powerless to make change. So as we leave today towards our futures, never forget that. Think back on the many famous historical figures we continue to study and celebrate today. If one person can change the world that much, just think of what we can do together. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here with us today. I'm Sean O'Loughlin, Superintendent here at MTHS. Class of 2021, there's an old saying that I like a lot. May you live in interesting times. The origin of this saying is disputed, as is its meaning. Is the phrase a curse or a blessing? I've always been fond of this saying, probably because I also hold to the tenet of, you never know what is good luck or bad luck. Uninteresting times are just that, boring. And how unlucky would one be to live in an uninteresting time? However, boring times can also be safe and predictable and comforting. This past year, certainly an interesting time by any estimation, has been the opposite of boring. And unfortunately for many of us, also the opposite of safe and comforting. Just like the meaning of the saying, may you live in interesting times, is up for debate, it seems like this last year just about everything in our society was up for debate. In the midst of this societal and cultural turmoil, you came of age and are now graduating from high school, about to enter the next phase of your life during one of the most tumultuous periods in recent history. In the midst of this swirling chaos is opportunity. Opportunity to reimagine the way we do things, the way we view the world, the environment, our political, economic, and social systems, and juxtapose our current constructs with our individual belief systems and foundational documents to see if we are living up to our ideals, both individually and as a society writ large. Our traditions, institutions, and history should not cavalierly be discarded. Before an individual or a group pulls down the pillars that have held up our society for centuries, thoughtful consideration should be given to what will replace the old ways and old institutions that have held up our society for centuries if change is indeed warranted. It has been said that change is the only constant, and I hope as the world around you continues to change that you actively engage in your chosen community to be a productive and involved citizen. My hope for all of you is that MTHS has equipped you with the ability to read, write, speak, think, and create at a high level, and that you will take these superpowers and go out into the world with the intent of leaving the little patch of earth that you will ultimately inhabit better than when you found it. And while it would be super cool if you cured cancer, solved world hunger, or developed a renewable energy source, you can change the world by simply being a good person, by being calm, by being kind, and never resisting a generous impulse. I hope you will always strive to treat others as you would want to be treated, and as Gandhi exhorted, be the change you want to see in the world. While it is always tempting to have deficit thinking and to focus on what is not there, what has been lost or taken away, as opposed to what is present and what has been given, my hope is that despite the challenging circumstances of the last couple years, you will reflect on your time at MTHS and think about what was there. And importantly, who was there? Your bus drivers, cafeteria workers, janitors, classroom aides, secretaries, our amazing school nurse, our incredible classroom teachers, a dedicated administrative staff, and a group of unpaid volunteers, our school board, who together, with all the aforementioned individuals, navigated uncharted waters and developing science and public health directives to the best of their collective abilities with the goals of keeping us all safe, sustaining in-person learning in some form, having athletics and activities when allowed, and trying to spark joy with things like dress-up days, homecoming activities, trivia contests, and cookouts. I hope you will also think about an amazing group of people who you truly and literally wouldn't be here without, your awesome parents. I think it is fully appropriate that at this time we ask the parents and the guardians of the class of 2021 to stand and be recognized. There is another group that may be here with us today that undoubtedly was also key in your development. They probably spoiled you and let you get away with things your parents never would. Your loving grandparents. Grandparents, would you please stand and be recognized as well? President of the Board, Melissa Heil, members of the Board of Education, it is my honor and duty to certify that the students sitting before you have completed the requirements to become graduates of Metamora Township High School. At this time, I invite our Board President, Melissa Heil, to the podium.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Mr. Keysweater, for inviting me to speak. On behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to congratulate our MTHS class of 2021. You've made it. Often at high school graduations, speakers will talk about the challenges that students may have had to overcome to get to this milestone. Thinking back to those previous years and the challenges that students had to overcome seems almost quaint now. You can tell them about challenges, and getting through math and Spanish and American history wasn't really all of it. Just getting to go to math and Spanish and American history was a challenge this year. On behalf of the board, I want to thank you for your flexibility, your grace, and as the seniors in this building, for your leadership, and I truly mean that. But high school was more than 1 year, and let's not let your MTHS experience be defined solely by the last year. During your time at MTHS, I have been so impressed by you as a class and by you as individuals. I have seen you find and explore new passions here at MTHS, including music and art and graphic design, computers, sports, and woodworking, just to name a few. I've seen you volunteer countless hours to help other students and to help your community. I've watched some of you become entrepreneurs who have started your own businesses. And guys, I've seen you do the right thing, even when doing so was hard and very unpopular. Class of 2021, I hope you take from MTHS that knowledge, that passion, and that determination to be a force for good in the world, out into the world, wherever you may go. More than ever, we need you. We need you to be smart, engaged, thoughtful, and kind citizens, and I know you will do us proud. I heard an interview with a singer several years ago, and she was asked if she worried about what people would think about her since she'd taken several years off from recording and performing and taking time away from her career. And her response has really stayed with me for several years. She said something like, well, I guess if people are going to judge me, I hope they're going to judge me based on the entirety of my life, not just my career. Was I a good friend and mother and daughter? Was I involved in my community? Did I mentor young people? Was I kind to everyone, including and maybe especially strangers? Did I try to be a good steward of the environment? Oh, and also, did I work hard and achieve success at my career? I love that concept of the entirety of my life. I hope you've studied hard at MTHS and learned all you can in the classroom from our amazing teachers. But I also hope you developed the entirety of your life, your ability to be a good friend, to mentor younger students, to be an active, responsible, informed citizen, to bring joy to our little corner of the world. I hope MTHS, and by MTHS, I mean everyone here, teachers, administrators, our cooks, our custodians, parents, and community members, have modeled our values that will help you to succeed in the entirety of your life, and giving you the confidence and support to know that we think you are awesome. Whoever you are now, whoever you grow to become, may reflect back and see that this slice of life represents a meaningful piece of the entirety of your incredible existence. Graduates, we are so proud of you. Congratulations.
We will now begin the distribution of diplomas. To properly allow each student their special moment in front of this audience, I ask that all applause and cheering be held until all names have been read. Thank you. With the front row, please stand. Card. Yep.
There we go.
Nadia Iman Frieden.
Colin James McCormick.
Tegan Michaela Roberts.
Brandon Edward Hill.
Danielle Grace Domini.
Harrison Albert Hawbaker.
Emily Catherine Muti.
Cade Lawrence Ward.
Grace Marie Tyra.
Bowie Dean Adams.
Brielle Lauren Lombardi.
Elin John Arianutsis.
Brody Allen Atherton.
Nicholas Joseph Arvin.
Brooke Allison Barlow.
William Joseph Bachman.
Molly Nicole Bauman.
Colton Daniel Barb.
Grace Colleen Beckwith.
Madeline Cecilia Barnes.
Quinn Joseph Bessert.
Jeffrey Charles Bates.
Alexandra Nicole Bishop.
Ryan Edward Bagol.
Catherine Dee Dee Blackburn.
Regan Grace Bile.
Sophia Ann Bonatti.
Bradley Allen Billerbeck.
Willow Grace Bowald.
Bryce Daniel Bishop.
Cameron Sophia Bromley.
Josie Christopher Blumenshine.
Taylor Aaron Butler.
Hannah Marie Bott.
Anna Catherine Campbell.
Matthew Allen Bray.
Sophia Nicole Carico.
Dylan Alexandria Camp.
Olivia Kaylin Cochran.
Peyton William Carden.
Rhett Allen Cooling.
Bryson Michael Clauden.
Alyssa Nicole Crank.
Kip Michael Coconati.
Brandon Michael Curley.
Nicolo Lee Chrysler.
Ava Marie Cusack.
Caroline Elizabeth Hala Curry.
Jenna Lauren Daly.
Owen Patrick Cushing.
Caden Kennedy Desjardins.
Amira Demirali.
Catherine Margaret Doty.
Samantha Lynn Dodwell.
Brooke Michelle Dreyer.
Shelby Lee Drumright.
Sophie Ann Duffy.
Haley Annabelle Dunn.
Dawson Skylar Dury.
Cy Anthony Gilmore.
Ezekiel Timothy Garrison.
Taya Ana Maria Devizak.
Elijah Jonathan Eaton.
Nash David Elliott.
Hayden Lane Elmore.
Hannah Marie Engstrom.
Eric Robert Fike.
Logan John Edward Fitz.
Morgan Elizabeth Fletcher.
Dominic Joseph Force.
Eric Robert Gilmore.
Hope Marie Gibson.
Olivia Nicole Gonzalez.
Walker Robert Gurrell.
JC Elise Graham.
Zachariah Dwayne Greenhall.
Carly Elizabeth Guth.
Anna Christine Guzman.
Jordan Elizabeth Hanson.
Sean William Harper.
Skylar Stephen Hassinger.
Calvin Silas Haynes.
Carissa Ann Heffernan.
Hannah Marie Hayden.
Zachary Thomas Hines.
Delane Michael Hess.
Jenna Ray Hiller.
Taylor May Hines.
Benjamin Paul Hoffman.
Erin Marie Haran.
Riley Wayne Huffman.
Kayla Elizabeth Hughes.
Cody Allen Hearn.
Isaac Crawford Ingold.
Audrey Michelle Yeager.
Matthew Alexander Jacobs.
Evan Isaac Johnson.
Ryan Gregory Johnston.
Sarah Margaret Jones.
Audrey Grace Joyner.
Ellie J. Jones.
Helena Ann Coleman.
Taryn Kevin Kyle.
Connor John Kern.
Camden Patrick Keiss.
Cody Allen Kinder.
Amanda Noel Coe.
Carissa Marie Koval.
Erin Olivia Keene.
Kevin Thomas Kurtz.
Zachary Ryan Lane.
Stacy Nicole Lance.
Brian Arthur Lelm.
Caitlin Joe Lemasters.
Alex Michael Lovin.
Ryan Richard Lowe.
Jacqueline Ann Mahan.
Sebastian Michael Mann.
James Francis Martin.
Sadie Corlina Martinez.
Luke Christopher McAllister.
Brooklyn Ann McDonald.
Peyton Lewis McDonald.
Trace Joseph Melody.
Catherine Renee Meyer.
Danielle Leanne Rose Myers.
Cole Charles Mickna.
Hannah Mae Myers.
Tegan Rose Morris.
Keegan Taylor Nevitt.
Ethan Martin Myroth.
Emma Lawan Wynn.
Ian William O'Loughlin.
Nadia Lorraine Opie.
Brendan Paul Patterson.
Haley Renee Palmisano.
Ronald Joseph Penny.
Angelina Marie Penny.
Beth Ann Peplow.
Hunter Allen Rodell.
Anna Marie Peplowski.
Maya Sue Peplow.
Lucas Aiden Phillips.
Grace Elaine Persich.
Zachary Michael Poston.
Andrew Wayne Polhemus.
Nicholas James Richards.
Gage Thomas Price.
Jordan Marie Rolfs.
Kaylin Haley Ray.
Callan Errol Samp.
Matthew James Roberts.
Alexander Todd Shire.
Isabel Irene Sanchez.
Braden Joseph Schmitz.
Michaela Ruth Shire.
Brady James Schroff.
Jeffrey Allen Schnetzler.
Ryan Bradley Shapland.
Keandre Vincent Spanbauer.
Ethan Joe Shoemaker.
Ashlyn May Seth.
Haley Marie Smolerchuk.
Callie Eileen Shaw.
Chloe Marie Springer.
Ethan Riley Smith.
Micah Shane Sweeney.
Rory Eric Stanley.
Brianna Anne Marie Tanksley.
Isabella Marie Simmons.
Dominic Stephen Tizzy.
Alana Catherine Terry.
Kelsey Lynn Todd.
Leah Rose Tobin.
Taryn Danielle Vetter.
Aureliano Vargas Villarreal.
Allison Marie Voss.
Andrew Michael Vickery.
Connor William White.
Adriana Renee Wagner.
Carolyn Nicole Wilbur.
Abigail Grace Westerkamp.
Brianna Kiera Williams.
You got it.
William Matthew Wiegand.
Leah Rebecca Yanko.
Xander Allen Williams. Michael Patrick Zobrist.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2021. At this time, Danielle Domini will give our ceremonies closing.
Finally, after 4 years of homework, sitting through class lectures, and eating school food, we made it. I remember my older brother telling me that high school goes by fast. I don't know about all of you, but I felt like senior year went by both slow and fast at the same time. Thanks, Garrett. Our final year was a mix of emotions, that's for sure. With everything changing in the world, none of us knew what to expect. We started the year with full attendance, but only went to 4 class hours each day. Then we went back fully remote for 2 weeks. Then we all came back to school, but attended every other day. Then we had the option of doing full attendance or every other day. I think I can speak on behalf of most of us that changing our schedule that many times was very annoying. We didn't get our normal homecoming week, and we also didn't get to cheer on our sports teams as much in the student sections this year. This year was crazy, but our class pushed through. We still got some modified sports seasons. The class still managed to have a homecoming week in a way. Plus, we got to come back to school and see familiar faces once again. The road was bumpy, but we all made it one way or another. I mean, we're here at graduation, right? The high school experience was different for each of us, but the class of 2021 will all have something in common in the end. Whether you're a band geek, football jock, scholar, or someone without a category, each of us has some connection to our past of how we made it through the school year. All of us made different memories and friendships we'll cherish forever. These are the times we remember throughout the rest of our lives, wherever we end up. Our high school journey may come to an end, but I know we all have new roads ahead of us. Whether it is a 2-year or a 4-year university, the military, the workforce, or trade school, each of us have a different future to hold, but I see success in those futures. We are a strong and wacky class, but we're unique in our own ways. We made this year unique in its own way. So, as we finish our final step of high school, I'd like to thank the teachers, administration, staff, family members, and other students who have helped us all get here to this very moment. Congratulations to the Metamora graduating class of 2021. Peace.
Well done, Danielle. Thank you. Nice job. The graduates will be recessing to Tepke Gymnasium to pick up their belongings, their diplomas, and then they will come back out of the gym and you can meet them out on the concourse following the recessional. Graduates, please stand. Please signify the completion of your high school career with the movement of the tassel from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present the class of 2021. All right.